Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guest is Roo Yawitz of the Big Muddy Adventures. We've been talking about this awesome business that you guys have, taking people on the Mississippi River, and also paddleboarding in Forest Park.
Right.
So like kind of the two extremes, like quiet, small lake adventure, and then the river. And we were just talking off camera about how surprised people are that you can kayak in the Mississippi River or the Missouri River.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, the main stretch we do of the Missouri is from Herman down to St. Louis, which is gorgeous. There's, you know, unbelievable views and bluffs and things like that. The Mississippi is definitely a little bit more industrialized. There are more built elements on the river, but they're both gorgeous, and there are safety issues, and, you know, we know what we're doing, and we suggest that other people get experience on the big rivers, but it's a really neat thing, and it's something that you know, as a city, we've kind of forgotten that these rivers can be, you can interact with them.
Right, because we think of the Mississippi, at least I do, a lot of barge traffic, the day tripping, cruise ships, cruise boats, that kind of thing, but I've never seen a fleet of kayaks
Sure. Yeah.
going down the river. And to think that anyone could just put their kayak, I could take my kayak and just go off in the Mississippi, which I would be totally afraid to do. I'm, you know, not used to that kind of depth of water, and also what seems to be a fast-moving river, but you were saying it's really not. Yeah,
I mean, it moves swiftly, especially in places where, you know, it's been kind of penned in. You know, the Corps of Engineers has changed the flow of the Mississippi. So it's, you know, what you see at the Arch is a very thin river. The Mississippi at the Arch used to be 6 miles wide, you know, when it went all the way into the American Bottoms area, which is, you know, now the Metro East. But yeah, it's, you know, you need to, like I said, if you know what you're doing, once you get out there and you realize you're moving at 5 miles an hour, everything else out there is also moving at 5 miles an hour, it doesn't really seem like an extreme activity. And, you know, we have people, we helped someone get back on the river today who's solo kayaking from Lake Itasca to the Gulf. We have a lot of people that stop through and see us that are doing long distance paddling. So it's a small group of people, but, you know, it's kind of like a secret that's right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, to do it with you guys, because you know the river, you're experienced, it seems like it would be a great way to try that adventure for a lot of people. And you said you were taking little kids this summer.
Yeah, and you know, with the youth groups, we have 30-foot canoes that hold 12 people each, and there's a professional guide in the back.
Okay.
So we can take younger kids or adults without paddling experience out on these big rivers, because it's a little bit more like a whitewater experience. When you might go out on the Colorado River, the person in the back is kind of the captain, and everyone else just has to listen to them. So
they're not all paddling.
Well, you're paddling, but you're there's someone else that's responsible for the safety of the boat.
Yeah.
And it's a 30-foot canoe that weighs 500 pounds.
Yeah.
So very different than a solo kayak or things like that. Basically, we have many different types of craft, from stand-up paddle boards to 500-pound canoes.
Yeah. So we can customize a trip. We can talk to you guys if we have a family group or a group of friends or corporate group. You guys can create an adventure, customized.
Exactly.
Or you've got some set trips already established.
Right. We have some specific trips that are just kind of like you buy them on the website, and then a lot of our stuff is custom expeditions, from you know, day trips for camp and youth groups to, you know, we're taking some guys out for their bachelor party this weekend to camp on a wild island on the Missouri. So, you know, basically anything you can come up with on the water, we can build for you.
That sounds like a fun bachelor party.
Yeah.
Unusual, adventurous.
Yeah, it's
pretty
definitely
safe.
going to be fun. Yeah, and the weather looks great for them, and yeah, there's only so much trouble you can get in on a wild island. So
exactly.
I'm sure everybody's happy about their choice.
Once you're off the water.
Right.
Yeah, well, that sounds like fun. Well, you guys are always up to great things, and we just have to mention real quick the Eclipse event, because that's right around the corner. Why don't you tell us about that?
Sure, yeah. We're doing a 2-day, 1-night trip on the Mississippi, taking people from St. Louis to a wild island across from St. Genevieve called Moro Island, which is within a tiny distance, maybe 2 miles of that. You know, if you're an Eclipse person, you've been looking at the map and
Right.
trying to figure out where to see it the longest.
So it's the best place.
It's one of the
Yeah.
best places on the continent to see the eclipse.
Yeah.
And St. Genevieve is having a party, obviously, and all these little towns are having parties. We're going to be at a private party on an island on the Mississippi.
Yeah, very good. Well,
Yeah.
I love that you've captured, I mean, because the eclipse is super exciting for our community as well, and your guys are going to be right there, a part of it. To learn more about the Big Muddy Adventures, please visit them online at twomuddy.com. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.